Welcome back everyone to a brand new video. My name is Bobby Kim, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about TikTok for authors reviewing videos. So, in my Facebook group a day ago, I actually posted this post here and I asked people if they want feedback on their TikToks, go ahead and drop this below as well as a link to your TikTok and your analytics, and I'll go ahead and give you some feedback. So, this is actually the third TikTok video posted on this YouTube channel. So, if you go ahead and check out my last two videos, you'll get a better understanding as to how to actually improve your TikToks. So, last thing is plug. I do have my TikTok mastery course coming this weekend on October 14th. And if you're not participating in any of my giveaways, guys, I spent $5,450 on these giveaways for y'all. So this is a $950 exclusive image from Wander. I got 3 custom covers from Dacry. We got 2 custom covers from Emma Ryder at Moonstruck Cover Design. We got a $1,300 image from Rafa G. Catala. This guy's really good with photography. A lot of top authors have used him. We have 3 custom covers from Charlie Childs at Cosmic Letters, 1 custom from Mary Lasco, and the last one is a cover from Jacqueline Sweet. So, guys, don't forget to participate in these giveaways. I'll have the link in the description below for you to check out. And like I said, all of this was paid for, so you guys have good luck winning this giveaway. So let's go ahead and start reviewing some of these TikToks that authors have submitted. So the first thing I want to go over, let's have this load here. I believe the first one is, I think it was Erin. Yeah. So Erin posted this TikTok, and I already gave her some feedback here, but the biggest problem was at 27% watch time. So when I say watch time, I mean the watched full video. So the average watch time is basically pretty much everyone that's going through a video where they're dropping off at. So she had a 15-second video with a 9.6-second average watch time and 27% watched full video. So basically, what this means is there was 1,328 people. It looks like something like just under 20% retention rate. However, with the 9.6 average watch time, basically what that means is a lot of people are actually leaving her video early. So a lot of people often get confused with the number of views they get, but and they wonder why they're not getting sales. It's because if you don't read your analytics, you don't actually see what's actually happening. So even though she got 1,300 views here, because there's a 9.6-second average watch time with a 27% watched full video, not a lot of people are actually making it to the end. And because they're not making it to the end, they're not convinced as to whether or not they should buy this book. So a couple of things you have to understand is I would say this is the most important number. I would ignore this for the most part. This here pretty much determines your mileage, meaning how far or how well will your TikTok be served. So the higher this number is, the better a chance you'll have of this actually going up. Now, there's a couple other factors involved, such as sound. And essentially, what this means is if you have a 27% watch time, that's actually really bad. For a video to go semi viral or potentially viral. So, an example is one of my students, Heather Dahlgren, just got her first 1 million view video. It's 1.3 million right here. And I'll guarantee you her watch time is somewhere in the 60 to 70% mark. So you really need to get to about 60% for your videos to start taking off. So because she's at 27%, this video just doesn't have a good opportunity of taking off. I did mention that it was too long, text is unreadable. So let's go ahead and actually watch this video here and you'll get what I mean. So this is actually better if you actually watch it on your phone. So first thing, the first issue up here is actually the fact that she's using her book cover in her hand. So I mentioned in my last video that, or actually, I guess the first one, that page flips are not ideal for TikTok, mainly because the problem is they're so long, right? So the video is 15 seconds long. If the video was cut to 7 to 9 seconds, you could do the page flip as well. But the problem is sustaining that watch time beyond 9 seconds is incredibly difficult for most people. Some people can pull it off, but the average author out there who's struggling with writing hooks, they're not going to be able to actually do this. So if you, all she says is when you win her in an under, that's it. So this is the problem is this is her entire video, right? Like, what's the point when you win her in an underground fight? Like, what, right? And that's the problem. Is she also didn't even mention what the book. I mean, the book title's in the video, right? But the point is that it's not sellable. This isn't really sellable. Like an actual TikTok that you want to make to sell your books is you need to sell them on the characters or over the top dramatic scenes. So I pretty much said that the problem is the text is also unreadable. You need to center it with classic bold, white, and on top of that, again, it's just how does this sell me on the characters? You win her an underground fight. Like it's not interesting enough to get me invested in your story. So that's pretty much what I said. Like the text just has to be scrapped. So then we have Maddie Wade here. So this one here, if you look at the watch time, so I don't know what an average watch time is, but I'll get a guess. It's probably going to be like around here, 6 7 seconds. So 33% of the people watch the full video. It's a little bit better than Aaron's, but it's actually not as good. I actually wrote my feedback here. So there's no book title in the comments. So despite the views that she's even getting, people don't even know what this book is about. And that's the other issue here. Is there's a lot of authors I see that'll just make these random TikToks, and it's like, what are you actually selling? So the text isn't as bad, but the problem is the watch time sort of says otherwise, right? So if you look at here, it drops off at 75% under, like within the probably around 2 seconds, and it just plummets. It just bleeds. So what this means is people aren't actually interested in this text. That's pretty much the brutal truth. So it's either the video's too long, maybe she shortened it to 6 to 7 seconds. Because look, if you read the amount of text she gives you, there's really not there's not a lot of text. So the fact that it's kind of dragged out might be a way to kind of reduce the to kind of shorten this basically. So if she's able to kind of scrunch this up a bit, but the problem is it's just the first line, and I think the reason people are dropping off is you see the first 3 seconds here. It took 3 seconds for her to say that text. And then by 4 seconds, we're going into the second part here. By 4 seconds, she's already under 50%. So that means people just aren't hooked off the bat. You need to get their attention like this. So if you don't have their attention out the gate, you're just going to be bleeding your retention rate. So that's why it's not ideal. So I think the text is usable, but I'd probably try to combine the first and second, so that way it's a little bit more interesting in the beginning, and you can probably keep the same text. I think you just have to rearrange the time slots or the way the time is utilized, and probably combine the first and second one together and leave the third by itself. That might actually improve the watch time. Next one was Anita Maxwell. So I think she had, yeah, actually, hers was, I think, one of the best ones, despite the fact that it's 57%. That's actually really good, but the problem there's just a little tiny fixes here. Um, I think I think this has a better chance than everyone else right now. So if you go look at her TikTok, this one here, 57. So look, even though the line's all the way down here, like that's not good, because even then the retention rate's actually not that high. It's 12.4 seconds out of like 15, I think, right? 14. But the fact that she was able to maintain 57%, that means most people probably like dropped off right around here. So it's not as bad, but the problem is because it's so long, you're not going to get the full value out of it. But here's the problem, okay? You see how she's using all these different text colors. If you're on the phone, it actually doesn't look as good. Okay, it looks like you're getting overwhelmed by text. The problem with TikTok is the more text you have on your screen, the more overwhelming someone's gonna feel. Like imagine you're on TikTok and you get all this text on a screen. I know some people are getting views by posting their Kindle pages and such, but that's actually not as ideal because most of the watch time probably it's like so and so, right? So even though she got 57%, the problem is because it looks like most people are getting to the 12-second mark, but I don't know what her sales look like off of this. She might have got some sales. I'm not sure. Actually, did she even put I don't know. Yeah, she didn't even put a call to action here. So that's another issue. Is the first thing you want to be doing is as soon as you post a TikTok, on the comment section, you want to put your book title and where to find your book. So if you go back here and you look at Heather here, Behind the Lens by Heather Dahlgren. If you go look at Daisy Allen with her Lux book, um, let me go ahead and let me go back to my group here. So if you go check out Lux by Daisy Allen just as an example, right? She had a really good video actually. I think she was like number one on her category for now. Let me see. Yeah, so check this out with Daisy Allen here. So like she had a video that get 56,000 views by the time she posted this, and she actually got, yeah, as you can see the views, brand new account, and she actually at 134. I think she posted a little bit later, right? But if you actually look at her TikTok, um, let me see if I can. I have the link. I posted the link, so let me go pull it up. So if you compare hers to Daisy, okay, so check this out. You see how clean this is? So white classic bold is what you want. So this is very clean, right? Compared to this, the text is everywhere, right? It's like you're reading a novel. And the other thing is, you see how she puts her book title and she pins it to the top. That's what you want to do, because the moment a reader wants to know where to find it, they're gonna click the comment box. It's gonna pop up. No one reads the captions, guys. Like no one reads it, so you don't want to put it there. So and the other thing is, look, she just says, is that her book title? No, see, her book title is The Summer Blues, right? But the problem is on the phone, if you don't have it pinned to the top, like most people don't want to bother scrolling. So punishment for a brat, and then this is the video. Okay, here's the other thing. If you're trying to get people to pause your TikTok, that is a very bad assumption. You should not have to have them pause in order to get your video. Like they should be able to understand your video within like 7 to 9 seconds, like that. That's the ideal TikTok. Anything longer than 9 seconds, again, becomes very challenging. If you make 30-second long form videos, again, some authors can pull it off, right? There's a small fraction of authors that I've seen that can pull this off because they've been in this space for a long time, because they've marketed aggressively, they know what works. But if you're an inexperienced marketer, if you struggle to make 5 to 10 grand a month on Amazon, or if you struggle to market your books before, this is going to be all brand new to you. So that's why I really recommend that you start with shorter videos, and you can eventually work your way to long. Like again, there, like I said in my last video, when it comes to originality, being original on TikTok is very hard. Long form videos are very hard. You're better off starting short form videos, and you can work your way up. There's no problem doing that. But I think a lot of people just want to jump the gun and just say, I'm going to do long form. This is what I'm going to do. And they're just not getting sales. Okay. You see how she added, okay, this is what I found interesting, I think. So I think she kept this here consistent. Like this was the same, but then she just changed this. So it's as if you're reading the book. Okay, this here too. Okay, you see how she just added immediately there? These sort of transitions are not ideal, and it's actually reflected in the watch time as well. So if you see how there are these like slight bumps here, I'm pretty sure those are the transitions that she's making with these texts. Yeah, it's just too much text. Like you want to be short, sweet, simple, to the point. The fewer words you use, but if you can get the same message across, that's what you want. So although she did get 57% watch the full video, which is pretty commendable, it's great. I think the rest of her videos. Let me take a look here. Nita Maxwell. Yeah, I mean it's all the same. Like that's the problem. You see how much effort. If all of these, I haven't seen them, but if all of these are that long, let me see. Let me look at the next one. This is what I'm saying. Look, so one person asks, "What's the name?" It's like it doesn't take that much time to just put the book title. Like you kind of want to put the book title right there, because it's like you're putting a book on TikTok, but it's like you're not telling them what your book is. It's like, hey, I have this book that you can read. Here's the text. Go ahead and try to like read this book, and you'll have people that say, "Oh, like what's it called?" It's just it's very cryptic in a way, isn't it? Okay, this I hate this. Okay, the fact that my eyes have to go from top down like that, it's not fun. Okay, I know it seems cool on TikTok, but the average viewer just wants their text in one place, consistent. But again, like I'd rather you just have all of this up front. It doesn't do anything. Like nothing. Like I'd have to see the analytics for this, but this actually wrecks your watch time. This actually makes it like worse because if you go back to the other one, like you see how her other video had all these like bumps here, like that's pretty much the text transitions. Okay, so the retention rate just gets worse and worse because it's like every time you blink, like new text comes up, and it's just not ideal. So I think the text is workable, but it's just you got to keep it short, simple. Brooke Summers here had a 35%, and I actually gave her feedback. Same issues. Okay, so look, you see how she's bleeding heavily throughout her video. There's the same thing. So if you take a look here, okay, you see how like why go top down and why put so much text on the screen? Like it just kind of it doesn't make any sense. I just feel like when people are making these TikToks, they don't look at it from the lens of like the viewer. If you scrolled across this TikTok and it just takes up your face like this, it's like most people are just gonna scroll past because you got better things to do. Like if I'm gonna go through 300 TikToks a day, give me a reason why I shouldn't skip your TikTok. That's the sort of mindset you have to have when you're making these. Give the other person a reason why they shouldn't skip it. Just having this like gimmick here, like I have to go top down with my eyes. It's not ideal. Like just make it easy. Just make it easy for the viewer. So I think the feedback I left her was yeah, it was the same thing. It's just hard to read if you just go to like doon 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 doon, right? Like you'd rather go like this, right? Like that's you read this way. You don't read down like up down. Except like I guess in Japan. But again, it was just too much text. I just feel like she could like combine some of this stuff here. Like I met the hottest guy at the Halloween party, and my best friend dragged me to. We had the most amazing night together. Next year, talking, I find out he's a fun. Like you could probably get rid of. God, what did I say? Because I remember I wrote something really good here. Let me take a look here. I actually wrote in my feedback. I think it was right here. When I met the hottest guy at the Halloween party and the most amazing. So you want to get rid of the best friend. The best friend is basically irrelevant to sell the story because people are gonna find out about the best friend regardless. You still went to the Halloween party regardless, so you don't have to say your best friend dragged you there. Like, how does that add value to the TikTok in a sense, right? It's like it's not. It's like it's pointless. It's just added words. If you just said I met the hottest, like when I met the hottest guy at my Halloween party or something, like you don't need to throw the best friend into the TikTok. Like it's just not needed. It's just added words. It's baggage. So I think I suggested something like this. The next day when they're talking, I found out he's a professor in my college. I said this is kind of wordy. If there's a better way to help get the message across with less text and more I mean, I think this is actually fine. I think it's short enough, but it's like the best friend I get rid of. I don't know if you need the most. I don't know. Did I say the most amazing night? Yeah, we did. Yeah. I mean, it's not too much text. I guess it's just too big. Like, I would just shrink this down a bit. Next one was Michelle. Michelle didn't have anything for me. Tia was also, I think, interesting. Because she was at 43. Yeah, it wasn't. I think. Actually, was she the good one? Let me see. Or was it Rochelle? No, actually, I actually said this. So Tia did like the sort of page flip thing, or no, not page flip. It was long. I think hers was a long one. It's 16 seconds. Yeah. 16 seconds is awfully long. Like it's crazy. So when your enemy pushes the limit, the problem here too is on the phone. It just feels crowded because the cut lines are here, and I think your profile is here, so some of the text also gets covered up. I mean, I like the text. It was actually not bad. I just think that if there's a way for her to condense this down to like 9 seconds, like I literally feel like this could be a 60% watch time video because she was already at I think like 49%, 43. Okay, yeah. So I mean, look, if she's able to cut this down, you see how this just bleeds like crazy. So that also means her When your enemy pushes you to the limit, you to the face of the ball during gym class. You could just say when you're stuck doing charity work together as punishment, something with school, only there's one thing you didn't expect, spending time with your nemesis. Or you could just say something like, when you're stuck doing charity work with your enemy as punishment, except there's one thing you didn't expect. Like basically, all this extra shit here is like baggage. Like it's kind of unnecessary because the selling point here isn't when he's like bullying you or whatever. It's the fact that you have to do charity work with your enemy and that you end up just falling in love together, right? Like that is the selling point. All this extra shit here in the front is basically like irrelevant, right? Because if you think about this as a marketer, so look, when your enemy pushes you to your limit, you snap and wrap your hand around this neck, and the teacher yanks you off of him and sends you both. Like that's not what sells this book. Okay, I get it. Okay, like basically the enemy like bullies you, and you both get in trouble, and then you have to do charity work together. My point is, if you literally started at when you're stuck doing charity work together as punishment with your enemy, only there's one thing you didn't expect, spending time with him never felt so good. Like that's literally all you need for this TikTok. So pretty much all this here, like literally like the first 10 seconds or 9 seconds, yeah, like 8, 9 seconds is just like, if I cut that, if you, I think if that was to be cut away, you could still tell the same TikTok, right? So this is what I mean, is just it's too long, right? Like it's just not needed. So let's go to the next one. Um, okay, Rochelle here. I think Rochelle. Okay, this was the good one. I think because I think I told her there wasn't that many things. I think she had the zooming out issue, if I remember right. Yeah. Okay. So this is the problem. So she had a really good short TikTok, but you see how it just zooms out? Like keep it static, okay? And out, and also you might actually get the account banned with this sort of photo. Like they're gonna ban the account at some point. So what I would do is I would just have a video or something. But you see how the images just move out like that? And I don't know if she did put, okay, Fiona Davenport, she actually put the Kindle limit. But yeah, I remember I told her this was probably one of the best ones I saw because 49% is actually already good. Look, 7.4 seconds at a 6 second video. That means average person's like gonna finish it. 49% watch time. You only need like 10% more for this to potentially go viral. So I pretty much said I think I might look at different ways to change your text up, but I fixed the zooming issues. Like I think you'll be good. Even if you get 56, 58%, it's still pretty good. Cynthia, 33%. I don't remember what I said to her. Oh yeah, I think this was a long video. Okay, so with Cynthia here, 30 seconds long. Yeah, I don't know why people try to like write novels on TikTok. Like this literally isn't the platform for that. So the point of TikTok is to get attention and to monetize it like this, okay? If you're taking 30 seconds, if it takes you 30 seconds to like put a TikTok, most influencers don't even do 30-second TikTok videos. Like Brooke Monk probably is like 7 to 9. Let's look her up real quick. So Brooke Monk's like this huge influencer, right? I mean, I don't even think she does 30 seconds. Like 5 second videos. Look, this is what I'm saying. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. You know her most popular video? It got something like, I mean, she gets millions of views. You know, people say, well, she's an influencer. Look, she's an influencer that has like really short videos. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at, I think Enola Barnes has like longer videos, but I don't think they're like 30 seconds as well. Let me, what's her name? Not Enola. Oh my god, what's her name again? I don't remember what her name is. Okay, she's like a dancer or whatever. But um, look, let's look at I mean, Sam Smith might be a good example actually. Let me look up like let's see, who's another influencer on TikTok? It's dancing. Yeah, I mean, if you look at how long is this one here? 5 seconds. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Look, okay, this one's a really long one. 13 seconds here. 9 seconds. My point is, look, TikTok's all about short videos. And if you look at most of the book talk videos that do really well, they're really short. So that's my point. Like 30 seconds on TikTok, my goodness. Like that's oof, you know? Turn around, do not touch anything, and go straight to the back. I mean, look, like, yeah, this is really long. Yeah, this is just way too long. Like, you need to find a way to cut this down to like 7 to 9 seconds, basically. So this one's like not as good. Andrea, 48%. Okay, so I actually haven't seen her video yet because she didn't give me her timestamp till recently. So that's actually not too bad. And I think it was at, let's take a look here. All right. You know what? This is a really good example. Okay. You see how she has 48% and literally the average watch time is 11 seconds. What does she do different compared to the other person? Well, it's short, it's simple, but even though she doesn't use white, bold, classic, it's the consistency, right? Like white, the reason I tell people to use white bold classic is if you look at every viral TikTok video, nobody uses bubbles in their fonts or text. Like no one does that. It's always gonna be white bold classic. Literally, like look up any of these TikTok videos that do really well. Like you don't get a lot of these weird bubbles. Some will, but oftentimes the majority of them are just classic white bold. Also, that video that's gonna get flagged. That's gonna get flagged as well. So you probably want to fix that. Oh my god, it's too much text. Like just sell it like this, you know? He just wants to give them no one needs space. If the whole point of the TikTok is to ask how does someone be your fake girlfriend, right? I just feel like all this stuff here. So look, he's is this a blurb? Is this a blurb? This must be a blurb. What's the book title for this too? I don't even know what the book title is. You see? Look, what oh, here we go. Fairly Royal Unzon. Okay. So she did leave the book title, but it's not pinned. Oops. Oh, I should have got rid of this one. There we go. Wow, these are actually pretty long books, but okay, so it's not the blurb, but it's just too much text and it's just not enough time to read it. Like I literally have to pause this to read this. Like look right here for the last bit, right? I literally have like 2 seconds to read this, right? But although people are, it does look like they're watching through most of it. It's just this. The problem is the average person isn't gonna like pause like this just to read it. So basically, like, look, I think with Andrea here, she has an opportunity. I think if she was to find a way to clean up her text that she just used and get it down to like 7 to 9 seconds range, this could also be a potentially viral video with the right sounds. And then let me see, Thea Atkinson. Oh, this was 5 seconds, I believe. I think this was the shortest one I saw, but the text, I think, the hot brings you a costume party with hot. Okay, you see how the text color changes? You don't want to do that either. I think I wrote that's what I wrote. Text cuts off in the border. Yeah, like it's just you don't want this. You see how like yeah, this is getting cut. I would just keep this again. Uniformity is important. And then JL Wheel actually said what is it? 44%. Yeah, so she did the same thing. She moved her text from top down, and I just told her like, there's no call to action. You're moving your text up to down, so you got to fix that. So you see how it's black bold here. So black bold's an interesting choice, but then when she changes her video, it's like it's kind of down there. Like I think she should bring it down, but overall, I think the text was just it needs to be tweaked because if you see the way it kind of bounces, like she's already down. So it looks like the second half of her text actually held really well, but the first one didn't. So I just told her I think you got to fix the first one. But this is pretty much how you read your watch time analytics here, and you can kind of make these changes. So you just have to put your detective hat on, and then you just have to just look at it and go, okay, if I was a viewer, like, why is this not working, right? And that these are really common issues that I see in the TikTok space for authors. But I mean, look, it's easily fixable. It's not overly difficult, but I think the biggest problem is just the fact that you really have to think like a marketer, right? You have to think about how can I sell my book in 7 to 9 seconds? What do I need in my video? What kind of text am I looking for? So if you're trying to shove a whole novel into the TikTok, it's just not going to work. Now, last thing I want to mention, guys, is that uh, again, the course is coming out October 14th. So if you do want to check this out, all you have to do is participate in my giveaway to sign up for my list or join the Facebook group, and you'll get notified when it's up. It's going to be $49 between the 14th and 16th. After that's going to be $99, and then there's going to be a Discord community I'm setting up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to check out my first two if you want to get an idea as to how I read watch time or understand. I mean, this video did kind of cover that, didn't it? But the second one's about sound and the importance of sound and strategy with sound. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Cheers.